Hi everyone, and welcome to my first devlog for Valinor MMORPG. I'm an indie game developer and university student. I'm excited to share with you some of the progress I've made on this game so far. Valinor is a sci-fi, tile-based MMORPG, where players can move in 4 directions: up, down, left, and right. This simplifies things quite a bit, since I don't need to create diagonal movement or aiming sprites. The core principle is to keep everything simple and easy to pick up while still having a lot of content in the game. The game is inspired by titles like Rukoi Online, Growtopia, and RuneScape, as well as RTS games like Dota 2. I've borrowed some elements from these games, such as the 4-directional movement from Rukoi and the white damage indicator from Dota 2. So why am I developing this game? Well, I've always wanted to create an MMO/MMORPG game, so I just got to work and stopped procrastinating. As I worked on this project, I realized that it might actually have some potential. On the side note, I have previous programming experience, so I didn't start this as my first project. I didn't plan on doing devlogs, but then I realized that there might not be many devlogs about indie MMORPG games, since they're a lot of work to create. I also thought that some of the things I've worked on might be interesting to some people. Valinor will have at least quests, different types of enemies, skilling system, inventory system, and PvP combat. I'm using Unity, C#, Node.js, and PostgreSQL to develop the game, so there are multiple technologies in use. There are actually 3 projects in one: the game server, the game client, and the master server. The game server is what the game client connects to when players play the game. Basically, the whole game world is simulated, and client actions are validated on this game server. The master server handles things like the server list and user authentication with JWT tokens. Everything is server authoritative, so you can't really cheat in the game, except by using botting/macro systems. The game client is the project that will be distributed to players and is the front end of the game. The whole system is designed so that I can have multiple game servers running at once. Game client and game server are both made with Unity and C#, whereas master server is running on Node.js. I've already implemented quite a few interesting things. For example, players can only be connected to one game server at a time with one account. This works by setting the connected server ID in a SQL database when a player connects to a server, and if the server goes offline or the player disconnects, that ID is reset to -1. Also, when the server is started, the whole world is hashed, and for every player there is current game world hash entry in the database. If those mismatch, we can spawn the player back to normal spawn point. This solves a problem when player is in some position, and the position becomes invalid after map update, making the player spawn inside a wall or other invalid place when he connects. I will explain more of these features in a later video. The project started with me trying to draw some pixel art. I'd never done pixel art before, so I thought I wasn't very good at it. But after some practice, I managed to create some actually decent sprites. After that, I started experimenting with creating a tile map and defining non-walkable tiles. I wondered which there were more of, non-walkable tiles or walkable tiles. I figured out that there are usually fewer walkable tiles, and that it would be better if the tile was non-walkable if I forgot to add it to the list. So I created a scriptable object list of all the walkable tiles. When the server is started, a long 2-dimensional array of nodes is initialized. During the initialization, each node walkable based on if the tile or tiles appear in the walkable tiles list. Also, if you guys want me to make devlog about some specific feature you might have seen in the demo video, please let me know. That's it for this devlog. I hope you enjoyed learning about Valinor, and I'll see you in the next devlog. If you are interested in this project, please subscribe and like the video. It will help out a lot.